The world of One Piece is filled with jaw-dropping moments, and today we're counting down the top 10 moments that left us speechless. From epic battles to heartfelt farewells, these are the scenes that define One Piece. In the number 10 spot, we have Sanji's farewell to the Baratie. Sanji's departure from the Baratie, the floating restaurant where he spent years working under the tutelage of Zeph, is a moment filled with deep emotion and unspoken respect. Throughout the Baratie arc, we see the complicated relationship between Sanji and Zeph, who saved Sanji's life at a great personal cost. As the Straw Hats prepare to set sail with their new cook, Sanji finds it difficult to leave the place and the people that have been his home for so long. The farewell scene is particularly touching, with Sanji bowing deeply to Zeph, who he considers both a mentor and a father figure. With tears in his eyes, Sanji thanks Zeph for everything, but Zeph, in his usual gruff manner, tells him to get lost and follow his dreams. The other chefs, who had been like brothers to Sanji, shout at him, calling him a little eggplant and urging him to get out of their sight. But as Sanji walks out, tears streaming down his face, it's clear that the bond they share is unbreakable. The farewell is bittersweet, as Sanji leaves behind the only home he's ever known to pursue the dream of finding the All Blue. It's a moment that encapsulates the theme of leaving the past behind to chase after one's dream, a recurrent motive throughout One Piece. Up in the number 9 spot, we got Luffy's second gear. On episode 272, in the heat of the lobby arc, Luffy faced off against Blueno of the CP9, which is the government assassin squad. The stakes couldn't be any higher, as the crew fights to save their crewmate Nico Robin from a life sentence. Up until this point, Luffy had been relying on sheer willpower and basic fighting techniques, but the might of the CP9 forces forced him to unveil a new power, Gear Second. By pumping his blood at an accelerated rate, Luffy is able to increase his strength, speed, and overall combat ability exponentially. The transformation is visually stunning, with steam billowing from his body and his skin turning into a fierce red. This new technique shocks both of his crewmates and his opponent, demonstrating that Luffy is willing to push past his limits to save those he cares about. Gear Second not only symbolizes Luffy's growth as a fighter, but also his determination to protect his crew at all costs. This battle sets the tone for the rest of the Enies lobby arc, showcasing the lengths Luffy will go in order to challenge the world government. In the number 8 spot, we the Straw Hats say goodbye to Vivi. The Alabasta arc concludes with one of the most emotional farewells in One Piece. After the Straw Hats help Princess Vivi reclaim her kingdom from the clutches of the warlord Crocodile, she faced a difficult choice: stay with the crew and continue her journey, or remain at Alabasta to rebuild her kingdom. In the end, Vivi chooses to stay behind, understanding that her duty to her people comes first. However, the bond she formed with the Straw Hats is undeniable. As she stands on the shores of Alabasta, watch her crew sail away, she gives a heartfelt speech over a transponder snail, expressing her gratitude and affection for them. Even though the crew can't respond due to the risk of the Marines overhearing, they each raise their left arms in unison, revealing the X mark of their friendship, a silent yet powerful symbol that they will always consider her a part of their crew. The scene is deeply moving, capturing the pain of parting with loved ones and the strength of the bonds they share. The farewell to Vivi is a testament to the themes of friendship, loyalty, and the sacrifice that come with being a pirate. It's a moment that resonates with fans, as it shows that even though they may part ways, the Straw Hats always carry Vivi in their hearts. In the number 7 spot, we have Luffy punches a Celestial Dragon. The Celestial Dragons are corrupt and untouchable aristocrats who consider themselves gods. Their treatment of others, particularly the kidnapping and enslavement of the fishermen, reveals a darker side of the One Piece world. When the Straw Hats come to visit, they witness firsthand the Celestial Dragon's cruelty, especially when they encounter Saint Charlos, a despicable dragon who attempts to bite Cammy, a mermaid friend of the crew. Despite being warned of the consequences, Luffy was unable to stand the injustice any longer. He delivered a power punch to Charlos' face, knocking him out cold. The sheer audacity of his act sends shockwaves through the island, as no one dares to challenge the authority of Celestial Dragons. This moment is a defining one for Luffy, as it shows his absolute disdain for tyranny and his willingness to stand up for what is right, regardless of the consequences. The punch also sets off a chain of events that leads to the arrival of Admiral Kizaru, which leads to the subsequent separation of the Straw Hat crew. Luffy's act of defiance against the world government's elite highlights the series' ongoing theme of freedom and resistance against oppression, making it one of the most memorable moments in One Piece. At the number 6 spot, we have Whitebeard's last stand. The Marineford War reaches its tragic conclusion with the death of Whitebeard, one of the 4 emperors of the sea. Whitebeard, who was already gravely injured, refused to back down. Despite being betrayed by his own crew and suffering fatal wounds, Whitebeard fights to protect his sons and to uphold the dream of finding the One Piece. In his final moments, Whitebeard stands tall, delivering a powerful declaration that will echo through history: the One Piece is real. With this proclamation, Whitebeard shatters any doubt about the existence of a legendary treasure, reuniting the pirate era and setting the stage for a new generation of pirates. His death, marked by the fact that he never received a single wound on his back, a testament to unwavering courage and the strength of a pirate. Whitebeard's last stand is not just the end of an era, it's the beginning of a new one. As the world of One Piece is forever changed by his final words, the impact of his death reverberates throughout the world, leaving a legacy that will be remembered for generations to come. Coming in the number 5 spot, we got Zoro Sacrifice at Thriller Bark. The Thriller Bark arc reaches their harrowing climax when Bartholomew Kuma arouses orders to capture Luffy. After Luffy's grueling battle with Gecko Moria, he's completely incapacitated, leaving the crew vulnerable. Kuma offers a chilling ultimatum. He'll spare the crew if he can take Luffy's head. Zoro, being the loyal first mate, refuses to let his captain fall. In that act of unimaginable loyalty, Zoro volunteers to take on all of Luffy's pain and fatigue from the battle with Moria. Kuma uses Devil Fruit power to transfer the immense suffering into Zoro's body, nearly killing him. When Sanji later finds Zoro standing bloodied and battered, he asks what happened. Zoro simply replies, "Nothing happened." This moment is one of the most powerful displays of Zoro's dedication to Luffy and the crew, cementing his status as the ultimate first mate. The sheer physical and emotional weight of this sacrifice highlights the deep bonds between the Straw Hats and their willingness to endure anything for one another. At the number 4 spot, we have Luffy declares war on the world government. Luffy, in a bold and unpredictable move, declares war on the world government after learning that Nico Robin, one of his crew members, has been taken to the Enies lobby to be judged and executed. Luffy leads the Straw Hats on a daring mission to rescue her. As they stand on the roof of Tower of Justice, facing the immense symbol of the world government, Luffy orders Usopp in disguise to shoot down the government's flag. The burning of the flag is not just a symbolic gesture, it's a declaration of war against the entire world government. This act of defiance shocks everyone, including the CP9 agents and the Marines, who realize the Straw Hats are not just ordinary pirates, they're willing to challenge the highest authorities to protect their friends. Luffy's declaration of war is a powerful statement of his unwavering loyalty to his crew and his willingness to take on the world for the sake of his friends. It marks a turning point in the series as the Straw Hats are now seen as a serious threat to the world government, setting a stage for future confrontations. The burning of the flag is an iconic moment in One Piece, representing the crew's defiance against oppression and their commitment to each other. At the number 3 spot, we have the reunion after the time skip. After the events of the Marineford War and the loss of Ace, Luffy realized that he and his crew are not strong enough to survive in the New World. The crew decides to go separate ways for 2 years, each training to become stronger. The reunion at the Sabaody is a highly anticipated moment, as fans have been eagerly waiting to see how much the crew has grown during their time apart. The Straw Hats arrive at the archipelago one by one, each displaying their new skills and abilities to demonstrate their growth and maturity. Luffy's entrance in particular is a highlight, as he easily dispatches a group of pirates trying to impersonate him, showing his newfound strength and confidence. The crew's reunion is filled with joy and excitement as they celebrate their return to each other and prepare to set sail for the new world. The moment is symbolic of their unbreakable bond and their readiness to face the challenges that lie ahead. It also marks the beginning of a new chapter in their adventure as they leave behind the familiar waters of the Grand Line and venture into the unknown. The reunion after the time skip is a powerful reminder of the crew's determination to achieve their dreams and the strengths they've gained through their experiences. At the number 2 spot, we have Robin's I Want to Live. The Enies lobby arc is filled with powerful moments, but none are as emotionally charged as Nico Robin's declaration of her will to live. Throughout her life, Robin has been hunted and persecuted, leading her to believe that she is better off alone, unwanted, and designated for her death. When she joins the Straw Hat crew, she finally finds a place where she belongs, but her dark past catches up with her. Believing that her capture by the world government is the only way to protect her friends, Robin resigns herself to fate. However, Luffy and the crew refuse to abandon her, going so far to declare a war on the world government to rescue her. As they stand on Tower of Justice, Luffy demands that Robin state what she truly wants. After a tense silence, Robin, overcome with emotion, finally cries out, "I want to live." This moment is a powerful turning point for Robin as she openly acknowledges her desire to survive and be with her friends. Luffy responds with, "Of course we will." And the crew's battle against CP9 solidifies their commitment to each other. Robin's plea is not just a cry for help, it's a declaration of hope and a testament to the bonds she's formed with the Straw Hats. This moment resonates deeply with fans as it represents their triumph of friendship and the strength to fight for one's own happiness. Coming at the number 1 spot, we have Ace's death. The Marineford War arc is one of the most emotionally charged and action-packed arcs in One Piece, and at the center of it all, we have the tragic death of Luffy's older brother, Ace. The war itself is a desperate attempt by the Whitebeard pirates and their allies to rescue Ace from execution at the hands of the Marines. As the battle reaches its peak, Ace is freed, but their escape is cut short by Admiral. In a moment of pure heroism and love, Ace sacrificed himself to protect Luffy from Admiral's deadly magma fist. The fatal blow leaves Ace with a gaping wound, and as he lies dying in Luffy's arms, he reflects on his life, expressing gratitude that he was loved despite his origins of the son of Gold D. Roger. His final words, telling Luffy to thank everyone for loving him, are heart-wrenching, especially for Luffy, as he is left in utter shock and despair. The death of Ace is a pivotal moment in One Piece, marking one of the first major losses for Luffy and sending shockwaves to the pirate world. It's a turning point that deeply affects Luffy and his crew, driving Luffy to push himself even harder to protect those he cares about. Ace's death is a somber reminder of the harsh realities of the pirate world and the sacrifice that comes with pursuing one's dreams. But yeah, if you guys did stick to this point, be sure to comment down below this emoji, and also be sure to drop a like and sub to the channel.